Hey guys, alright, so today is cycle day 11. I wanted to say thank you first off to everyone out there that has shown support over these years and over this hardship, especially private messaging me and commenting on my videos, especially on my last video. Thank you so much. For some reason it just all came crashing down and it was very hard, and I felt like I really needed to say something or really just get it out there because I am home most of the time by myself. My husband and I work complete opposite shifts. I start so early in the morning. I leave here maybe an hour or 2 hours before the sun even starts peeping through the clouds. So I work so early and I'm out by 10:30. Sometimes I'm out by noon. My husband's already at work. He's already either on his way to work if I'm getting out at 10:30, or he's already been at work for an hour by the time I'm out of work. So, and we don't see each other that much except Tuesdays when we schedule our appointments and stuff like that. So anyways, so yeah, I just really needed to talk to someone, and I guess you can say it was like a talk. It's just something that I would just like to go back on later on in the future and just to see, the things that I went through and show my child, they're, by no means whatsoever a mistake or anything like that. My baby is well planned for. So yeah. So let's see. As you guys know, my HSG was cycle day 9. It was Tuesday, April 19th. I had to be at the hospital really early in the morning to take a pregnancy test. We walked across the little hallway because we had to first pick up the cup. I had to go to the bathroom down the hall and then take the cup back. And then I had to wait. I had to register at radiation and then just wait for them to, say yes or no. So they finally called me back there and they took me in. And I was just really anxious. The nurse that was there, she was such a sweetheart, and I remember her name, and I think what I'll end up doing is because they have to sign off on paperwork, so I'm just going to end up asking Dr. Cassidy if he happens to remember. I am pretty sure he wouldn't be able to, but she was just such a sweetheart, and I would love to reach out to her. I'll tell you a little bit more about her story later, probably in another video, but anyways, this is how the HSG went. So we walked back into the room. First she walked me back there, and then she had asked some questions like, have you ever had this done before, major surgeries, medicines that I'm on, anything I'm allergic to. And then she let my husband go to the back. So this is where it just started hitting me hard. It was just crazy. My husband walked in, and then the nurse was talking to us, and then there was another nurse there, and she was in there, and she was just talking to us. And then she told me to go to the bathroom, undress from the waist down. So I did. Went back to the table. I had a gown on. Went to the table. I had to hop up on a step stool thingy, whatever. And I still had to kind of jump up a little bit more because that table was pretty high. So yeah, I did that, and she just had me sit down on the side with my legs just hanging out this is the table, sitting like this, and I was facing the wall, and she was standing right next to me. My husband was right there. He was sitting down, and then Dr. Cassidy walks in, and when he walked in, my heart just started racing. I'm like, oh my god, this is it. It's gonna happen now or never. Either I'm gonna run out of this room and never look back, or I'm just gonna cope with it. So my heart just started racing, and he was, oh my god, I love this doctor. He explained every single thing, even before he even did anything. He explained what was gonna happen, what I might feel, and showed me the screen. He showed me the machine. They have the nurse kind of move it around so she can kind of see. Some of the doctors that I've been to before, they don't let you see what's going on the screen. I mean, they don't interact with you. They just go and do their business, and that's it. He he like explained every single thing to me, and I'm grateful for this. I've prayed and prayed and prayed for 7 years for a doctor that would come along and take our case and, you know, just be a miracle worker and at least work with us. And this doctor is my miracle worker. He is my miracle worker. No matter what the outcome is, he is my miracle worker, because I've gotten that much closer to our lifelong dream. So anyways, he had me turn around and put my legs up or the nurse told me to put my legs up, and then Dr. Cassidy told me to, you know, they didn't have stirrups, so I had to put my knees up and just kind of relax them. This is where I just was terrified. I bet you if they would have took my blood pressure or something, they would have seen it just skyrocket, because I was just terrified. I don't know, I was just terrified. So he inserted the speculum, which really, really hurt. Like, I don't know why, but ever since my last DNC, I've just been really tender, I guess you could say, down in that area. I don't know why. I don't know, it's just because my third miscarriage, my third DNC, and I can, you know what, I can honestly date it back to my very first DNC, when I started feeling a little bit tenderness, but now it's just a lot more, just like jumped. So, that, like, it kind of hurt, so, I don't know, it just hurt more. It wasn't cramping, it just hurt more. And then he told me that what was he doing? He had to insert the little catheter, and then he told me he was going to try to do it without having to, like, have a clamp and just kind of stretch it or whatever. So he was able to do it that way. He just had to stretch it just a little bit and just put the catheter in, and then he just held it there. Now this is the weirdest part, because I've never done a pap smear with this doctor. I have not yet, you know. I need to get one done ASAP, but I haven't had one done yet, and my exam is not due till June. No, May, end of May, beginning of June. So this is the first time that, you know, he's poked and prodded down there, and it was kind of like nerve-wracking, because I'm like, you know, I've just been going to this doctor for a month, and I haven't done like an actual annual with him yet. But seeing as, you know, it's not been a year since my last one, you know, that all this stuff was just going through my mind. And then we had to wait a long time. I felt like forever for the radiologist. Both of the nurses went out. Me and my husband and Dr. Cassidy were there, and we were just talking about my work and benefits and stuff like that, and we're just talking about, and I felt bad because he wasn't able, because he gets a cappuccino in the morning. He wasn't able to get one that day because he had to be at the office that was down the street from the hospital, and then back over there, and then he had another surgery, so he had a lot of things to do, and I felt bad. And I even told him, I was like, you should have told me. I could have just, you know, brought you one, and it's on the way here. But so yeah, just kind of livening it up and laughing and stuff like that. So finally, it was already like 2 or 3 times that the nurses came out and went back in, and one of them, she just came back and she's like, well, the radiologist is, you know, not, you know, he's not coming yet. He should be coming a little bit and stuff like that. So he's like, well, why don't we just do it without him, because we really don't need him. So so Dr. Cassidy just started telling me, you know, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen. And I did feel cramping. I did feel some cramping. That was when the catheter was inserted. After that, it was done. It kind of felt weird when they pulled the catheter out. He just did it kind of like slow but quick, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Like, not too slow to where you feel every single thing, but not too fast to where, like, it feels like something's just shooting out of you. I guess normal. So yeah. Anyways, let me go back to when he walked into the room. And he was like setting up the table, and he was letting me know these are the instruments I'm gonna use. Of course he wasn't showing them to me, because if he would have shown them to me, I would have been like floored, and I would have been like, oh my god, Dr. Cassidy, I'm not doing this right now. But Luckily, I mean, I did kind of peep over his shoulder and just to see what exactly he had, and so he was just telling me, yeah, this is this, this and that, and then I seen him pull up like this syringe thing with a big old needle at the end. He goes, don't worry, this needle's not going anywhere near you. This is just to get the liquid and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, because I'm so nervous. But he was just such a sweetheart, and you can tell that, you can tell when certain doctors have a passion in what they do. And this is one of those doctors where, I don't know, it's just, he has an angelic soul to him. Like I told you guys, we've prayed so long for a doctor like this to be sent to us, and certain things happened in order for me to end up meeting this doctor. Like, for instance, meeting Heather and telling me, you need to go work for my sister at her store, and meeting Cindy from work, and meeting Cindy that used to had her externship with or internship, whatever, I don't even know the difference, but with Dr. Cassidy's office, and told me about him, and meeting Pam, and Pam telling me about him, and Dr. Cassidy telling me, hey, just make an appointment, and it's just little things. If those things would have never happened, I honestly don't think I would have ever met such a great doctor. So yeah. So the HSG needs to say, okay, so I guess you guys are like on the edge of your seats, because I know I am. So anyways, let me see my time. Oh, okay, I'm only at 8 minutes, so I'm good. 9 minutes maybe. So anyways, when he did the dye or whatever, finally when he told the nurse, okay, we're just gonna do it, we don't really need him. He did the dye, and he's like, look over the screen, do you see it? He goes, oh, I see, oh, how does he say? It did spill over, or something like that. How does he say? I don't know, I was just like on cloud 9 in it, and I just seen like very thin, it looked like very small on the screen, like maybe this big, but I seen liquid go up through the, because there was a balloon inserted, so this is like, I guess, the balloon, and then liquid go up, and it just went up like this and like this. So it did show that both fallopian tubes are open. He did tell me that it looked like a little, like my uterus does dip a little. It's not like a perfect T, it just dips just a little bit. He told me it's nothing that wouldn't be fixed with like with a pregnancy or anything like that. He doesn't see no reason why I wouldn't be able to get pregnant or to carry a baby. He just like reassured me, and this is the one thing that I even put it on my Facebook, that now let me see, let me read it to you guys, like more in dense of what I put. Okay, this is what I put. So, thanks be to God, it's done. Thanks be to God, we got great news. My tubes are open and healthy. Thanks be to God for sending us Dr. Cassidy to relay the message that God has been trying to tell us, or has been telling us for a long time. I have cried, stressed, and worried about this for too long. And thanks be to God that He has sent us a miracle worker to help us along. Thank you, Dr. Cassidy, for everything you are doing for us. Amen. And this is one thing that it really does touch my heart, because honestly, he is a miracle worker, because no matter what, just like I told you guys, no matter what the end result is, he is bringing us that much closer to a miracle. And he did tell me, after HSG, hopefully, with with all that liquid going up there, and if there were anything, there, that it would let it out, or it would like kind of clear anything up. But it didn't show anything. Didn't, let me back up. Nothing abnormal showed on the X-ray or the exam. So I am like excited. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just so many things have gone through my mind, and I've cried so many times about this, and finally God is answering our prayers. And I believe that God thinks and God knows that we're at that perfect time in our lives, in our marriage, in our relationship with God, to finally bring us to the next step. So yeah. Okay, so really quick, because I don't know how much more time I have left on here, I wanted to show you on the way up to the hospital to get the procedure done. I was praying. I prayed the rosary, and I pray to Divino Niño Jesus. I said, Divine Jesus. Now, this is a rosary. I don't know if I told you guys about it, but a rosary that the lady who has the little saint that brings that prays the rosary every Sunday with us, it's her baby, or her saint, and the next person, he takes, like, for instance, we go, like, when the rosary was here, whoever, like, my mom was next, so my mom took him with her and had him for the whole week, and she would pray to him the whole week. Then the next Sunday we would all get together again and pray the rosary, and the lady that's her statue would do the one praying the rosary. Now she had this rosary when the very first day that I met her. She had this rosary, and it caught my eye, and I broke down crying and telling her about my story. And I told her, whenever she was able to go back to the church that she bought it at, that she can please pick me up with. And she did, and this is just so beautiful. So I guess I can put it down here because it's kind of hard to see up on top, so hold on. So here's the rosary. It's a beautiful cross right here, just beautiful. It's these red beads, and then in here there are little teardrops with little fetuses in there. Of course the fetuses are not real, but just like little fetuses. And there's a Sacred Heart. But as you can tell, let me see if I can put it against the wall. It's a really long, well, maybe I can do it like this. This is a long rosary. It's a really long rosary. And I prayed it that day with me. And I took it with me, and I wore it with me. And when they told me I had to take it off, I gave it to my husband, and he had it in his hands the whole time. And on the way home, we finished praying the rosary. And I honestly believe that with us just praying and just showing God that this is not something selfish. This is something that we've longed for the longest time, and showing him our devotion to our future children, that he has blessed us with great news. And this rosary, I'm going to tell you guys, I've never ever been so passionate about a rosary ever in my life until I came across this rosary. So it's a beautiful little rosary, and I love it. I'll try to see when we do the rosary here at the house if I can record pieces of it, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I love this. This is my most prized possession. This is something that I take with me to pray every Sunday. Alright guys, well, I will talk to you guys later because I have to go. I have to upload this video. This video is already long enough as it is. So I'll talk to you guys later. God bless. Baby dust to everybody out there. And I'll talk to you guys later.